Cool. All right. So you can sit in regular easy pose just to start and to start to decompress and all of that, or you can work on your half lotus or your full lotus. I think you're working on half lotus, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. You might even want to just try doing whatever leg was not your original thought, like the opposite of what would be comfortable. And then go ahead and place your palms up. Get nice and tall in the spine. You can close your eyes if you want. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. And like we normally do, we're gonna just come together with the breath first. And I wanted to really take a moment and talk about, so there's an ancient text that you may or may not have heard of called the Yoga Sutras. They're about 5,000 years old or so. And the very first rule of yoga just says now, Atta, now, about being in the present moment. And the quickest way to get to the present moment, of course, is by focusing on the breath and the inhale and the exhale. When you're following the inhalation and the exhalation, your mind is forced to focus on that, and it can't wander. So being in the present is useful for, of course, if we are in yesterday, there's usually feelings of maybe regret or sadness. And when we're focusing on the future, sometimes that can pull up anxiety or uncertainties. So we have 16 breaths that we typically take on average in 1 minute. So we're going to take a minute and try to be present for all of those breaths right now before we begin. And one more deep inhalation. You can blink the eyes open. Did the minute feel like an hour?
No.
No? Did it feel good?
Yes, it did.
Good. All right, so we're gonna start with eagle legs. I know your flexibility, so I normally don't get to do this, but we're doing it. So the right leg is gonna be bent with the knee facing forward. And then the left leg is gonna cross over the top. So you might have done this one before. The knees are gonna be stacked as much as possible. And then the feet should be out to the side somewhat. And then we're gonna inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bend at the elbows. And we're gonna take the right hand over the left. So we're coming into eagle arms here. So either just back of the hands can touch, or you can keep your arms like this, or wrap them all the way up so the palms are touching. And we're just gonna take a couple of breaths here. So as we inhale, we're gonna reach up and back. And then as we exhale, we're gonna arch the back, really round it, kind of like we do with our cat pose. Drop the shoulders and the head. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So inhale up and back. Exhale down. 1 more time, inhale up and back, as far as you can go. And then exhale back to center. And then release the arms, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So left leg on the bottom, right leg on top. Where are you feeling this the most in the legs?
Right about here.
Like the outside of the leg?
Outside hip.
Yeah, perfect. That's
And
exactly, yep, that's where you want to feel it. Good. All right, inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend at the elbows. This time left over right. Figure out your eagle arms on this side. And then keep the hands away from the face. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And we'll go inhale up and back. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, drop the head. Inhale last time. And then exhale back to center. Unravel the arms. We're gonna unravel the legs, and you can just sit in easy pose for a moment. And we're gonna do a little bit quicker of side stretches here. So right arm is gonna touch the floor. Just bring the left, or I'm sorry, yeah, the left arm lean to the right. And then other side. One more time, both sides. Right arm. And then bring the right hand down. Keep the left arm stretched. We're gonna take the index finger and do a neck stretch here. Bring the index finger to the left ear. And this is just to guide the head. Be sure not to press the head. We're just guiding the right ear to the right shoulder. So hopefully you feel a stretch from your neck all the way through your fingertips, if it needs it. Kind of doing like a nerve cleanse. If you bring the arm to the center of the torso, so it's not far forward or back, but right in the middle. Take another breath here. And then go ahead and release. We'll do the other side. So right arm is actively stretched. Left index finger to the right ear, just guiding the left ear to the left shoulder. Keep the chin lifted a little bit. Nice and tall in the spine. Find your breath. Do you feel it in your arm?
yes.
Okay. And then go ahead and exhale. We're gonna come to hands and knees. So here we're just gonna do, we kind of did our cat posture already. So we're just gonna kind of bend to the left, making like the opposite letter C, so hip to head in that direction, and just go back and forth a few times with that. Just to get some side stretch there. And then we'll come into child's pose. So bring the knees to the edges of the mat. Walk the hands forward. And while you're in child's pose, do a little bit of rocking left to right. So maybe just rocking the whole body a little bit, rolling the forehead on the mat. This pose does calm the brain down, aside from stretching the ankles and the thighs and the back. Take another breath here. You can slow your rock down if you'd like. And then go ahead and come up to hands and knees. We're gonna come up into our first down dog. So curl the toes under, get those hips up and back. You're pretty good on your downward facing dog. I know you're just working on the micro bend in the elbows. Yeah. You can pedal your feet and just kind of continue to get warmed up in the body. That looks really, really good. So I feel like your alignment on that is good. We're always working on our down dog like forever. There's never a time where we arrive in this pose, but go ahead and slow down your walk. And then we're gonna bring the right leg forward. So just bring the knee as close to the face as you can, kind of crunching up. Yep, and then bring it up there. We're gonna stay in a lunge here. So take a minute to drop the back knee so we can soften the left hip flexor towards the mat. We're gonna do a lot of things with our our legs here. And then we're gonna go ahead and shift the weight back. You can be off of the heel or on, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the back of the right leg. Flex the toes of the right foot, and then still extend through the crown of the head. Take another breath here, shoulders away from the ears. And then we're gonna go ahead and come back into the lunge. Keep the left hand on the inside of the foot, and we're gonna come into a twist here. So right hand opens up the shoulder, right fingertips up to the ceiling. Be sure you're out of the left shoulder. You can look up towards the fingers if you like. Take a good 3 more breaths here. And then go ahead and look down at your foot. Bring the arm down. We're going to return back to down dog. So lift the left knee. Yep. Walk it out a little bit more. We're going to come into a lunge again, but on the same side, and do a revolved side angle. So go ahead and bring the right leg up. And then right foot forward in between the hands. We are going to start with the knee down, but I'm going to give you the option to lift it. So with this, we're going to try to get to the outside of the knee. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, rotate as much as you can. Soften the belly so you can get that right shoulder back. And then get the left elbow to the outside of the knee. If you're able to touch the floor with your fingertips of your left hand, go ahead and do that. Like you can even hug the knee as close as you can to you. Yeah, if you just manipulate, yes, exactly. Good. And you can even take your knee and manipulate it, like squeeze it towards the center line more. Okay. We'll go ahead and take a couple more breaths there. On the carpet.
No.
Good, just try one more. Yeah, so then the right arm would come up and over the bicep.
Forward? Oh.
Yep. Yeah, you are so right there. Now curl the back toes under and see if you can lift the back knee. Just do it really slowly and try. If not, that's okay. Yeah. See if you could take just one breath here. And then go ahead and lower when you're ready. Good. Come back to your down dog. That was awesome. That was so cool. And you know what? I'm tighter on this side than the other, so you'll try the same thing on the other side and it might be different. All right, so we're gonna start by bringing the left foot forward. Just bring the knee to the face and then bring the foot forward to start off. Drop the right hip flexor towards the mat. Start to warm up that part of the leg. We're gonna actually be doing a lot of warrior threes today, just in different positions to gravity. Go ahead and start to shift back. Lift the toes up towards the ceiling. You can hold yourself up. Sit on your heel, it doesn't matter. Take another breath, shoulders away from the ears. And then go ahead and walk the hands back. We're gonna take the right hand to the floor inside of the foot, come into our twist here. So left fingertips up. Good, take a couple more breaths. Hi, Coley.
Sorry, late.
That's okay. And then go ahead and look down, bring the left hand down, lift the back knee, return to downward facing dog. Walk that out. And remember that breath from the beginning. So try to find your breath. Bring the left foot up. And then go ahead and bring it forward. Drop the back knee to start. Good. So inhale, bring the arms up. Twist to the left. Remember to soften the belly. Release the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And see if you can even push the leg in so you can get the right arm to the outside of the leg. Try to get the fingertips down to the floor. If not, that's okay. Do prayer hands. Yeah. And then left arm up and over. And then the funnest part, see if you can lift that back leg, make it straight and strong. Good, couple more breaths, bicep to ear. Nice, go ahead. That's a tough one. Bring the hands back down, lift the back knee, and then go ahead and walk it out. Begin to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Press the feet, slightly bend the knees. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Good. So we're gonna do 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar B tonight. So go ahead and start in Tadasana. Good. All right, fingertips to the floor, bend the knees for chair pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Good. Left toes out, right leg forward for warrior 1. Inhale all the way up. All of that on the same breath, theoretically, right? I usually take an extra breath in between, but don't tell my teacher. Exhale down, chaturanga. So bring the arms all the way down. Bring the leg back. Chaturanga down. Inhale, lift. Yeah. Exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. And then right toes out, left foot forward. Inhale, arms all the way up to warrior 1. Good. Exhale down, chaturanga. Elbows kiss the sides of the body. Good. Inhale up. Look up for your down dog. And then, for your up dog. And then take it back. Exhale your downward facing dog for 5 breaths here. And Cole, if you want to move your legs around, actually both of you, I mean, always, you do what you want with your down dog. It's organic to your body. So if you feel like you need stillness, then just be still. Just listen to what your body needs. And take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, look up. Get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms up to chair. And then exhale, come back to a standing position. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I didn't even
Listening.
RB until I was like teaching for 5 years. I'm like, what? Part of the Ashtanga lineage, and not everybody teaches that. So, all right, we're gonna do it one more time.
And I think chair pose is my least favorite pose.
2, definitely. We're only doing it one more time after this, so. All right, fingertips down, bend the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back, chaturanga down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, take it back. Left toes out, right foot forward. Inhale all the way up to warrior 1. Good. Reach as far as you can up. Yep. And then exhale all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, downward dog. Other side. So right toes out, left foot forward. Inhale all the way up to warrior 1. Exhale all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale, take it back for 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, look up, get to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, arms up to chair. Good, weight in the back of the body. Exhale, come back to standing position, Tadasana. Good, we're gonna come to warrior 2 from here. So starting in our Tadasana pose, inner edges of the feet parallel. Nice and tall, lift the chest. Bring the right leg up and back. We're actually gonna start with the left foot tonight because that's just how it happened right now, and that's okay. The yoga police will not come to get us. All right, so for warrior 2, it will be back foot parallel, or it's a little bit in, to be honest. There's a little bit of internal rotation in that back leg. The torso is not 100% off the right side of the mat. So take your fingers and press on the outside of the right hip to get that bend in the knee. So we really want to push that right leg down. Yep. And then the left knee will be over the second and third toes. Now the chest, the shoulders can rotate exactly open to the right side of the mat. Gaze off that center index finger. We're going to take a few breaths here. Press the back edge, outer edge of the back foot. Gather at the lower belly, in and up, so lengthen through the crown of the head. That might give you an opportunity to bend a little bit more in the front knee. Press the inner edge of the front foot. Take one more breath here. We're going to turn this into a side angle pose. So side angle pose 1, because we're going to do it 2 times. Bend the left forearm and place it on top of the thigh. And then the right arm just comes up and over the ear. Good. You can even drop the back heel a little bit more. And take a few breaths here. And even check your knee. Your knee will sometimes try to collapse again here. Lift out of the left shoulder. Next exhalation, we're returning back to warrior 2. So as you exhale, back to warrior 2. Bend the front knee. Good. And we're going to do side angle pose one more time also. But this time I want you to try to grab the floor on the outside of the leg, okay? So next exhalation, just bring it all the way down, up and over. Good. The back leg is straight and strong. If your front knee is over your ankle a little bit, that's okay. Your center of gravity is behind the knee, so it's not going to hurt it. Take one more breath. Exhale, look down at the foot. Bring your right hand down. Come into a down dog. We're going to take a rest here. So good 2 or 3 deep breaths here before we move on to the other side. All right, let's go ahead and bring our feet forward. So just walk towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. So we're going to do the other side now, and I'm going to make sure I'm facing you. So left leg comes back this time. Check your foundation. And then check your front knee too. Just kind of to notice where is your knee fallen in. I think both of you have the knees that go inward like mine. We're going to change that in a minute though. So bring your left hand to your hip, your outer hip, and press. Go ahead and bend into that knee. Good. So the knee directly over the ankle. Go ahead and twist the left shoulder back. Extend the arms. We're going to take a good 5 breaths here. And because this is an alignment class specifically, bring your awareness to your feet and work your way all the way up. How's the foundation of your feet? How are your thighs? Are they engaged? Your lower belly in and up? Arms are strong, inner edges of the shoulder blades towards each other and down towards the tailbone. Good. On your next exhalation, bring this into that side angle pose. Right forearm on top of the right thigh. Good. Drop the back heel. Arm is strong and straight. Good. Coley, I saw that correction, opening your chest a little bit more. Next exhalation, bring it back to warrior two. Good. And then recheck your knee, bend into that knee. Good. Feel all of those, every single, the great dance of yoga. And then figure out where your breath is while you're in this posture. And then where your mind is. So the pose doesn't start until the student wants to come out of it. Next exhalation, bring the hand all the way down for the side angle this time. So right hand comes to the outside of the right foot, left arm up and over. Good, we have that internal rotation of the top arm. So bicep to ear. Take one more breath. And as you exhale, look down at your foot. Return back to downward facing dog. Walk it out a little bit. You can even take child's pose here if you want. All right, so step or hop forward to the front of your mat. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Good, exhale, hands in front of the heart. So now comes the fun stuff. Coley, you have a wall nearby too, right? We're gonna do your three different ways, okay? And I want to do this so we can learn, like, in relation to gravity, how a pose can really change. And it's also going to work our leg muscles. So you're going to love chair by the end of tonight. Kidding, you probably won't. I never will either. All right, face the wall. And then if you're still able to see me okay, or you can just verbally hear me give the instruction for this. So first start in Tadasana, because we want to keep everything grounded. And then we're going to raise our foot so the bottom of the right foot can touch the wall just a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be pressing into the wall. Check your standing foot. Be sure that the toes are still Tadasana straight and that the leg is still straight. You're going to feel the most work happening on the outside of the right leg. So this is warrior three right here, right? If I put my arms up like this, I'm in warrior three, but the wall is like my floor right now. Yeah, you can even get a little bit closer, Alexis. Yep, because I am gonna challenge you to definitely shift your weight back and get the leg off of the wall for even just a centimeter and try to hold it there for 5 seconds. And then come back to Tadasana. Good, I know, right? So look at mostly, I mean, besides the quadriceps, but the outside of the hip maybe. Yeah, if the hip needs strengthening, you're definitely gonna feel it there. Yeah. Do either of you ever get clicking or popping in your hips when you're walking?
Not anymore.
Yeah. Once you strengthen that area, it stops usually. All right, let's do the other side. So go ahead and face the wall. Find your Tadasana. So once you're left, and you, Coley, might want to get a little bit closer because you want to keep your Tadasana leg and spine. Everything should look exactly like you would be if both of your legs were there. Good, there's your warrior three. Now try to back off away from the wall just a little bit.
Already?
Fine.
My leg drops like a ton of bricks.
No, you actually had it there for like a good half a second before. I think that's great. All right. If we're done with that side, we're going to turn around. We're going to do warrior three just like we would normally, except we're going to use the wall behind us. This one is actually a little bit more manageable. So go ahead and bring the right leg behind you until the foot is flat on the wall. You might need to take a couple times to adjust. And it should be a 90-degree angle. So you can use the support of the wall to help get you there. Slightly bend the standing leg if you need to. Bring the arms up and over. See if you can take a couple of breaths here. And then you decide when you're ready to bend the standing knee and bring both feet together. Good. So to me, like both of you do have a little bit of tight hamstrings, or I would say your hamstrings are not tight, but they need to get a little stronger to be able to lift that leg. So that'll happen really quickly in yoga too. All right, let's do the other side. Go ahead and bring the left leg behind you. And it's okay if the right ankle is wobbling. It's doing its job. Keep a micro bend in the standing knee. And see if you can get that lifted like really straight. And your torso is facing the floor. Try to take another breath. And then bend the standing knee deeply so you can bring both feet together when you're ready. Good. And then come back to the front of your mat. Nice job, ladies. Grab your strap. So this is the reason these are so useful is because using the wall never lies. Like if we were to do triangle pose against the wall, which we probably will, I'm not going to tell you which class because I want you to show up. Asana against the wall, there's no way to get around it, doing it, you know, the correct alignment. So it's just something to learn about your body, which is really cool. We're going to do those big circles with the strap. So separate the feet, come into like a star pose. So our arms are separated, and then twist to the right. Come all the way down, big circle, to the left, all the way up. Do this 3 times and then do the other direction. Making sure you hit all 4 corners. Once you do the 3 circles, turn to the right, all the way up. The knees can bend a little bit, and the weight can shift a little bit too in this. And then when you're finished, just drop the strap to the side for a minute. We are going to use it again. Bring the feet back together. Inhale, arms up. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. We're just going to take 2 more really big breaths here. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Bring the arms behind the back, and then we'll do the neck rolls here. So the whole body is in mountain pose. The only thing moving is the neck and head. Look over the right shoulder, chin to chest, all the way to the left. Again, roll it across to the right. One more time. And then bring the head back to center. Come to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front of your mat. Bend the knees like you're gonna pounce to either just step or practice start jumping. You'll be bending the knees. Exhale, fold. Drop the sitting bones. Bring the feet together, knees together. Inhale, arms up, palms together. So coming into chair pose here. Gather the lower belly in and up. See if you can drop the sitting bones a little bit more. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. We're gonna step back to plank. So stop and plank for a moment. Good, so the inner elbows will be facing each other. Yeah. And then we're pressing, our neck is coming out of the shoulders. Our shoulders are away from the ears. Engage the lower belly. So Cole, your inner elbows can be facing towards each other a little bit more. Yeah, yes, yep. Does it feel impossible?
It does, my wrists then aren't like straight with the mat.
Okay, go all
Okay.
the way down to the mat. Yeah, Alexis, cause you're, okay, talking for 20 minutes while I'm in plank is not fun. All right, I'm gonna have to look at that on you again, Polly. Can you do plank while you're facing me?
Yeah.
And if you wanna just take a break, Alexis, in child's pose or whatever. Okay, they actually look pretty good. Are you able to get your shoulder blades a little bit flatter on your back? See if you can, let's see. Yeah, if you can bring, like how we do the out, in.
Mhm.
See if you can bring them in to be grounded. Yeah, does that feel different?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot more work in my low back.
yeah. So, and then re-engage the lower spine. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, you can take a break in child's pose if you want. We're gonna take one more breath here, and then you're gonna return to a downward facing dog. We're gonna meet in downward facing dog. And then go ahead and walk your feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Slightly bend the knees. Inhale, arms all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. All right, so we're gonna do something with the arms one more time. Go ahead and step open to your Prasarita Padottanasana, which is the wide leg forward bend. And we're gonna take the strap behind the back. So our fingers are facing forward, knuckles facing down. So inner edges of the shoulder blades together towards each other and down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, bring the knuckles up towards the ceiling. And if you feel like your arms are gonna come all the way around, I think you're both pretty good. Good. Yeah, if you feel like you need to make the grip wider or closer, yeah, depending on the stretch you'll get. Like Cole, you could probably go a little bit closer too, yeah. Just really let the head hang and let the weight of the hands hang forward. And all the while, we're still paying attention to the strength of the legs. Engage the quadriceps. And engage the glutes so it feels like the sitting bones are pushing towards each other. Good, take one more breath. I feel so good, doesn't it? Go ahead, on your next inhalation, come all the way up. Good. You can drop the strap off to the side. And then we're just gonna bring the heels in and drop the knees open and put our arms on top of the legs. So we're just gonna do like a shoulder stretch here. Still pressing the knees open, just coming into another twist. And then when you're ready, you can bring the feet in a little bit more and nothing fancy. We're just gonna come have a seat. So I said that we were going to do warrior three times. So that means we have one more time to go. This one is on the floor. So you can watch me first really quick. We're going to lie on our left side first. And then the left leg is going to be straight. Can you see my bottom foot? Left leg will be straight. And then the right leg, foot on the wall. We want to make sure that the knees are parallel together so we can make sure that it's a 90-degree angle, okay? So go ahead and try that. So lying on your left side. Yep. And then so your body will be in Tadasana. Your left leg will be straight down. And then the right leg straight across. So you'll feel maybe a couple of things here. You'll feel a really good stretch on the outside of the leg. Yeah. You'll feel where it is tight for sure. And then also lifting the pelvic floor is a really important part of Warrior 3 as well. So it feels like the engagement of the lower belly in and up, but you're engaging that parachute-like thing at the bottom of our pelvis. So see if you can lift it on the left side. See what that does for your pose. Just, it's a very minimal internal movement. And then maybe try to take your foot away from the wall, just like a centimeter. See if you can take another breath. Yeah, arms up, perfect. And then go ahead and bend the knee. Bring the knees back together. Was that your favorite way to do it so far?
Yes.
I mean, the stretch feels good until you have to like engage. So go ahead and lie on your right side. Yeah, if you, you can put blocks underneath your foot, but you both do, you have enough strength to at least put the leg on the wall. But if you practice the strengthening of the outer hip, you can rest your foot on the blocks and just lift your foot up. Okay, I'm sorry, Coley, did you say something?
Oh, should I put my arms straight up?
Put your arms up just like you were in a full warrior 1, or I'm sorry, warrior 3. And then again, so on the right side, see if you can lift the right side of the pelvic floor a little bit and see if that shifts your hips at all. And then bring the weight of the leg back a little bit, bringing the leg off the wall. Take a couple of breaths. Good, and then bring it back down. Go ahead and bring the knees back together. You can take a moment here, take a stretch, hug the knees, whatever feels good. Yeah, why don't you just roll onto your bellies so we can do the quad stretch, because even though it's still gonna hit part of the hip. So go ahead and lie down flat on in a prone position on your abdominals. Yeah, you can grab both heels or one heel at a time and just bring it towards the glutes. Press your hips into the mat. And we'll do a stretch at the end too, a twist that'll help with the outside of the hip more. Another breath or two. And then go ahead and release. Come to your hands and knees and back to a seated position. And then bring your legs out in front of you. So starting with Dandasana, and then we're gonna forward fold this. So we're not gonna stay here in the actual pose. We just want the legs to be strong still. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, bring the belly to the thighs. And do your forward fold here. Big toes are touching. Feet are flexed, shoulders away from the ears. Good. If you want to use your strap here, you can. Take another breath. And then go ahead and lift back to Dandasana. And then bend the knees so you can bring the soles of the feet together and drop the knees open in our Baddha Konasana. And that should feel super good too. I mean, it always does anyways, but inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. If you want to fold here, you can. You don't have to, but if you want to. Use the elbows to help press the knees open. And kind of notice the gripping that you have here. See if you can take 3 really good breaths. And as you exhale, really release around the hips and see if the knees can let go just a little bit more. So I'll just be quiet for your 3 breaths. And then inhale, come up. Good, bring the legs out in front of you. Engage the abdominals as you lie down on your back. You can use your elbows to help you down. We're actually gonna come into fish pose for our back bend tonight. So once you're lying down, point the toes, get up onto your forearms. So elbows are gonna be bent. Tilting the pelvis forward, opening the throat. So imagine that the back of the neck is rooted in between the shoulder blades. So we're making the neck long, not bent. Is it uncomfortable, Coley? Because if it is, you can keep your neck down.
Yeah, when I put my head way back, it feels a little like it's hard to get back up.
Yeah, because it's heavy. So if you're back there, just let the elbows out and see if you can scoot back down that way instead of lifting yourself up. Just come down to the floor.
Yeah, that works.
And then just take a breath there. Once you're lying down on the floor, take a breath before you hug your knees. So do you have problems with your neck, or do you have a weak neck? Do you know?
I think it's weak. I mean, it's just probably from work, you know, at a desk all day.
Yeah.
Stay straight.
Yeah, so all the little, even just sticking your neck out when we're doing, you know, the half lifts for sun salutations are gonna strengthen your neck. Slowly yeah. All right, go ahead and hug your knees. We're gonna do our Supta Hasta Padangusthasana, but so grab your strap. This will feel good too. When we cross that center line tonight, it's gonna really stretch the outside hip. So left leg straight, yep. You guys know. So look at that, we're in Warrior 3 again, without the arms. Keep the left leg active. Another breath here. Relax the shoulders. On your next exhalation, start to open that leg up to the right. Nice and slow and controlled. Take a breath or 2 here, and then use the adductors, the inside of the leg, to bring the leg back to center. Good, switch hands. Yep, left hand grabs the strap, right hand marks out to the side. Be sure the left leg is still strong, and then cross over that center line until you feel it. Go until you feel it. We can spend an extra breath here too, because I'm sure that feels good. Go ahead back to center. Grab a strap in both hands. Inhale, and then exhale, chin to shin. 1, 2, 3, 4, lift the chin. 5. Go ahead and relax down to the mat. Let the leg float down. Other side. Right hand on the right thigh. Left leg straight up the center line. A few breaths here. next exhalation, go ahead and start to open it out to the left. Notice any differences in this leg as opposed to the other. Keep that right hip glued to the mat. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Switch hands, cross over that middle line. Find your breath. Be sure you're not holding your breath. Back to center. Grab a strap in each hand. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your chin as if you're trying to reach your shin. 1, 2, use the abdominals. 3, 4, 5. Slowly relax, back down to the mat, and then float the leg down. Woo. All right, if you feel like you need another twist or stretch here, go ahead and do that, and then it'll be ready for time for Shavasana. And Coley, just so you know, because I have actually a yoga injury from a long time ago. I was trying to do headstand, like pressure on my neck before most people don't have neck strong enough for that. That's why I teach the supported one, but I had to do physical therapy and all that. So I'm very protective over my neck. A lot of the times, and you might do this already, but especially if we're sitting, you know, our chin is usually jutted out a little bit. So just remember to put the throat back. Just try to have awareness of that throughout the day while you're sitting.
Okay.
And having the pelvis tilted will help everything line up too. Even in the car and stuff, that happens, so.
Yeah, and a lot of times, so I'm walking at my desk.
What's that?
So a lot of time I'm walking at my desk.
Oh, that's right, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Do you feel like your chin is out?
I guess I haven't really thought about it for a while.
Yeah, just pay attention to see what happens.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and lie down in Shavasana. Take some deep breaths. You guys did good work today. Just showing up, even if you were to just show up and take Shavasana the whole time, which you're allowed to do, this would still be an amazing gift to yourself. So I'm just gonna, for a moment, ask you to come back to your breath. And then we're gonna use this time for what it's supposed to be for, and that's to observe the body from head to toe, what your body feels like after your practice, following the rhythm of the breath. And anytime your mind wanders, which it will, you'll remember to come back to the present moment, to the now, using the breath to help you do that.